Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel today. So if you are new here, hey, welcome. And if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you go down there and hit that little red button that says subscribe, and then also hit that bell right next to it. And when you hit that bell, that means you will always get notified when I upload and you will never miss a video. So today I'm going to be reviewing a brand new foundation at the drugstore. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Full Coverage Weightless Feel Foundation, but the full name is just Infallible Total Cover. So this is supposed to be in the Infallible family. You guys have already seen Pro Glow, Pro Matte, so this is another addition to it, and this is supposed to be a very high coverage foundation, but it's also supposed to feel weightless on your skin. So I got 303 Nude Beige. It's always so hard to pick a color at the drugstore, but I always try and go a bit more on the yellower side because the rest of my body is more of a yellow color, like my neck, although I do have some redness to my face. So I wanted to see if this would live up to the claims. Is it really high coverage? Will it cover up my hyperpigmentation, all of the marks that I have on my skin? So I'm just going to get right into showing you guys how this applied and my thoughts on it and the way it looks. So if you guys want to find out what I think about this new foundation, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off with my bare face, and you can see that I have some marks over here, like some redness, hyperpigmentation. I have this thing right here. So I do have like some darker spots. So that is why I'm so curious to try this out and see how well it's going to cover them. So if you also have a similar skin type to me, oily and acne prone, then my video will hopefully be helpful to you so you can see also if this foundation is a good match for your skin. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to be. I'm going to do one side without primer. I think that will be the left side. Yeah, let's do the left side without primer, and then the right side we will do with primer. And I'm going to be using the NYX Angel Veil primer for the right side of my face. So I'm just going to do a couple pumps and then spread that on this side of my face. I hope I remember that I put this on this side of my face. I might have to write that down. Let me make a note so I don't forget that this was the prime side. And I want to see how well it performs with primer and without primer, or maybe there is no difference at all. So I just want to test both ways to see. So the side with primer, I'm going to use my beauty blender, and then the side without primer, I'm going to be using this, what is this brush called? This is called the Spoon brushes. I forget the actual name. I got these from Amazon. I will link them down below, but I wanted to see how this would do with this foundation. So this side will be the brush and this side will be the beauty blender. So let's try this out. So a couple of things about this foundation and the claims that it has, so you guys know. The finish is natural. It says it wears up to 24 hours. Now, I don't know anyone who wears their foundation for 24 hours. I don't. I think you're supposed to take your makeup off at night, so I don't think I'll be able to test if it lasts 24 hours, but maybe they're just trying to tell us that it lasts a really long time. So we'll see about that. And then the coverage is high, full coverage, and the texture is air light. Just put some on the back of my hand, and it is like more of a thicker, moussey texture. It is not liquidy at all. Like when you put it on your hand, it doesn't move around like some liquid foundations. It just sits there on your hand, so it has a moussey finish to it. And I'm gonna dip my beauty blender in there, and I'm gonna do this side first with the beauty blender. And already I can see how full coverage it is. I really like it. It's definitely a thicker formula, but it doesn't feel too heavy on my skin, which I like. And I feel like it is covering up my hyperpigmentation as I'm blending it out. Now I feel like I already need some more product. And I'm gonna move down to over here where I have that stinking pimple, and just blend this in. Now the beauty blender does absorb a lot of foundation if you guys use the beauty blender, which you definitely probably do, and if you don't, you should, because it's awesome. But it does absorb a lot of product. And I'm gonna just also blend this into my hairline without trying to get foundation on my hair. It's hard to do the nose halfway. I'm trying. But you can see right here, look at my chin, look at the redness, and then look at how it completely covered it with that one layer. So like redness covered. Can you guys see that on camera? It really shows how high coverage this is. So it's living up to that claim, which I am super excited about. This might be my new drugstore full coverage foundation. I wonder if it's gonna knock out my Milani 3-in-1 for the ultimate drugstore high coverage foundation. So far it looks really nice. My skin looks pretty nice and airbrushed, which I love. I love that type of finish where it just looks like flawless. Like obviously you can still see a little bit of this mark right here because it's so like purpley in tone or color, but look at that. Left side, nothing. This side has the foundation on it. What do you guys think? I think it did a really good job of covering. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the brush. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up some more, or put some more on my hand. And I'm gonna move on to the brush. And I'm just gonna basically pick up all that product. I could have just put it on the brush, but I'm just going to put this on. This is also applying it really nicely. It seems to be the same amount of coverage with the brush as with the blender. I don't know if I really have a preference with it. I think the blender gave a bit more coverage than the brush, which I am surprised about, but it's still giving nice coverage nonetheless. So you can use a brush or a sponge with this foundation. And I'm curious to see if it's gonna cover up my permanent glasses marks on my nose. So I'm just gonna put some more product over there. So really, really high coverage. I like the texture of it and I like the finish. It's not too shiny, which is good for us oily girls. Sometimes when the foundation is so wet, it just is like, it's too much, especially if you're oily. So I like that this is not too oily. It's giving me, just like the packaging said, a natural finish. This is the side with the brush, no primer. This is the side with the beauty blender and primer. So here's what it looks like. And like I said, I feel like it looks very full coverage. Obviously you guys can see it too because you just saw my bare face and then you saw me go use the foundation. So I think it did a really good job. I'm very happy with this. And I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face makeup, and I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm also gonna set my face. You could see right here, actually now I'm looking at it, this stayed a little bit red, this mark right here. I might just put a little more on that spot. And I'm just gonna kind of like pat this on. Okay, so I'm gonna do the rest of my face. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in Light. I've been trying to get the next shade up for this, but it is always sold out even after the restock. And I'm just gonna put this under my eyes. And I'm gonna just blend this out. I'm gonna set my under eye concealer and my face with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. This stuff is so good and it's so cheap. I got mine at Walmart. So if you guys have Pro Glow and Pro Matte, those are more of a liquidy type of formula, whereas this is a very different feel because it does feel more lightweight and it's more like a mousse texture, whereas those are more of like a liquidy texture. So I can't really compare this to them, but they are this is most definitely more full coverage than the Infallible Pro Matte. I will say I think I'm going to like this one more than the Pro Matte because I'm not absolutely in love with it, but this one so far I am really liking. Okay guys, so everything is applied. I finished the rest of my face and this is the final result. I feel very covered, which I love. I really like the finish of it. It is not too dewy, which I think when it's too dewy, it's not good for oily skin. Even if you said it, I always feel like I just look a little bit oily by the midday mark. So I really like the coverage on this. I feel like it covered up most of my marks, but I don't feel like I look cakey and I don't feel cakey. It does feel weightless. I feel like I'm really not wearing foundation, which I like. I hate when I can like feel it on your skin and it's just like meh. So you could see, like, you could still see my marks showing through my skin right here. So it is really full coverage, and I think it's one of the more fuller coverage foundations that I've ever tried. So I definitely feel like I'm going to be reaching for this when I just want a ton of coverage. It's also really good for like filming days. There's no SPF in this, so this will also be good for taking pictures. It will be good if you're in a bridal party, maybe for your wedding, so you don't have to worry about any flashback with this, which I really like. Yeah, so that's really my thoughts on it right now. I'm going to do a check-in later on my vlog camera, like towards the end of the day, and show you guys what it looks like and how it wore after a few hours. So I'll check back in later, and that will be like the ending portion of this video will be on my vlog camera, because I want to see how it wears after I'm like doing some stuff like around the house, when I go out. So I will check in with you guys later and give you guys the final update. Hey guys, so it is about 6:30 right now, 6:40. I put this on at about 4:30, or was it 4:30? It was like 4 o'clock. So it's been about a little over 2 hours right now, and this is really loud, this fan, so just ignore that. But I really love this foundation. I feel super covered, but I feel like I'm not wearing anything, and I'm not oily. The only shine that you see on my face is from the highlight that I put on, because I put on a cream and then a powder highlighter. But so far, I'm loving it, you guys. It is really nice. It hasn't oxidized. It hasn't separated anywhere on my face that I could see. There was like one little part right here that I kind of had to blend out with my finger. But besides that, so far, so good. I haven't done anything strenuous, like I haven't been, you know, running around or anything, so I can't say anything about that. But I'm about to go out to dinner with some friends right now, me and Nick, so I'll see in a couple hours, or maybe when I come home, I'll check it back in with you guys and show you if anything has happened or if I've seen like any separation on my face. But so far, so good. I'm really liking it. Hey guys, so this is my last check-in. It is currently 12 a.m. I just got home, and so far, or well, for my last check-in, I think that the foundation held up so nicely. I actually have one of my studio lights on just so you guys can see a little bit better, because it's a little bit dark in here, so I wanted to have a little bit of light. But I feel like it wore so well for the amount of time I've been wearing it. It's been 8 hours so far. I'm not greasy. Like I said in my last check-in, the only shine that you see is from my highlighter. It didn't separate, it didn't cake up, it stayed really nice. It didn't wear on my skin. It's still full coverage, and I absolutely love it. I think I love it more than my Milani full coverage 3-in-1 foundation. I really think I love this one more, and it really looks good. You guys can see right now. See what it looks like. I just looked in the mirror to just check on it, but so far I really love it. I'm very impressed with this foundation. The coverage, I'm not oily at all really. Usually I'm super shiny. Like with the Milani foundation, I get pretty shiny by the end of the day. I want to wear this once more, or actually a couple more times, like at work, and see how I wear, because usually by the end of a work day I am super duper greasy, but right now it's holding up really nicely. My concealer still looks nice under my eyes, well, even though it's not the foundation, but I feel like my face looks really good. So overall, final result, final check-in is that I love this foundation. I love the coverage. I feel like if you're an oily girl like me, you're also going to really like this. And if you're looking to cover up hyperpigmentation and all like marks, old acne scars, or any acne that you might have, I feel like you're really going to love this. I really like it, and I will definitely let you guys know if I still love it after a few more times of wearing it. But after this first day, I can tell you that I really, really like it. So that's it, you guys, for this video. I'm going to end it here. If you guys try this foundation, let me know. Leave it down in the comments. And I think that is it. I will leave all my social medias down below for you guys to check out. And until my next video, I will see you guys. Bye!